family. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. If you are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the discussion or join the family, click on the subscribe button. Also click the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to join the discussion, you can join me most weekdays where I go live, or outside of the live stream, you can consider joining the Discord that I have created. A little bit goofy here today. I've having internet issues at the office that started about 15 minutes ago. And so I am not able to go live like I normally do. I don't know if this is actually broadcasting to anybody. I did just get a couple people popped in here. So today is day 614 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. Carrie's checking in saying, hey, Carrie, I hope everything's going great today. If you're just getting on, I'm having some internet issues, so I'm trying to do this via my mobile device. So if the audio is bad or video is bad, I guess let me know, and I will do my best to work on that. Unfortunately, because I'm doing it this way, I'm not going to be able to go through my photos from the food that we had since yesterday, but I can kind of discuss it a little bit. So on my way home yesterday, I knew I was going to want some shredded wheat, and I knew that we were out of soy milk, so I ran up to the grocery store, grabbed, we had plenty of soy milk. We were out of shredded wheat, so I went and grabbed some shredded wheat. Had that as a snack when I got home, and then for dinner last night, we made up a really big salad that we put into a big mixing bowl, and then we split it between the two of us. Hey, Rick, I hope everything's going great for you today. So ended up having a big salad, spinach. There was kale in it. I don't think we've had kale in our salad for a little while, so we had some kale in our salad. And then let me see. Okay, I think that fixed so I can actually see your guys' chat better now. Kale, carrots, corn, rice. I don't think we had corn in the salad. We might have had corn in the salad, but I know we had sweet corn yesterday as well. It's confusing. I eat sweet corn so much right now, I can't remember what days that I eat sweet corn and what days I haven't eaten sweet corn. But I'm pretty sure I had some sweet corn yesterday. And then like I said, I had the salad for dinner. Carrie had made up some baked potatoes. I don't know if I had a baked potato for dinner last night, but I did have a baked potato at breakfast this morning. I was feeling hungry this morning, and we had our regular oatmeal, and Carrie had made up a bunch of potatoes yesterday in the Instapot. So I heated up a potato this morning and ate it for breakfast. I know I ate one last night late too. Had a few oranges as well throughout the evening. Actually, I had a lot of oranges yesterday afternoon. When I went to the grocery store to pick up the shredded wheat, I grabbed a bag of oranges. I think I ate 4 of them on the way home, just those small little oranges. And then I picked up a couple Lara bars. I don't eat a lot of Lara bars. I've had a few in the last couple weeks, but not something that we kind of have been keeping around in the cupboards. But with getting rid of the nut butter and the fruit juices, I just kind of felt like having some Lara bars. So I picked up the cashew cookie Larabar and the cherry pie Larabars. Those are pretty good. I like Larabars, but I wouldn't want to have them around all the time because it's really easy to eat a bunch of them without, mindlessly eating them or grabbing a few and eating them. And they're not really that cheap either. So it's kind of, when you're comparing the price of that versus the other food, it is quite a bit more expensive for what you get to buy something like a Larabar. But food was good last night. This morning, food was good. I got on the scale today about the same weight as I was yesterday. So I'm happy with that because I kind of was a bit fasted going into yesterday's weigh-in because I did not eat breakfast because I had the doctor's appointment yesterday morning. Which reminds me, I need to bug the doctor's office. Maybe I'll bug them tomorrow to find out if the lab work is done or where I even go to see the lab work. Carrie says that Larabars are good in a pinch. She took one hiking today. Well, good thing I had some in the cupboard for you to take on your hike today. I didn't even know you went hiking today. So I hope that you guys had a good time. The weather wasn't too bad, a little cloudy here, so it wasn't super hot or super, the weather was pretty decent overall here today. Gosh, I'm so thrown off right now because I am not set up my normal setup. And as you can see, everything's out of a line. Description is just, non-existent essentially. But if I was going to talk about anything today, you know what? I had an interesting thought yesterday as I was. Carrie said you guys went creek stomping and you guys are so dirty. How funny. Just about how crazy it is, how easy we have access to these calories in this food that we have now, and how much different things would have been for us, hundreds of years ago or thousands of years ago, and how much things would be different if we had kind of some different things. What I was thinking about was it'd be interesting to have a place where you actually had to if you wanted to go get a fast food burger, like if you wanted to go to McDonald's and get a burger, that you would have to do a workout or do some sort of exercise prior to being able to purchase something like a cheeseburger from a fast food restaurant. And it just got me thinking of how much different our society would be if we had to put a little bit of effort into our food. I think that a big reason why we are able to get to where I was at 520 pounds is because we can get access to unlimited number of calories and have to exert zero effort to receive those calories. If I wanted to go and get a burger from a restaurant and I had to run a mile before I got the burger, that would be a deterrent from me even going to the restaurant. Or if I did go to the restaurant and I did have to do that workout before I got the burger, at least it would be a better calorie trade than having to use no energy and being able to go buy the burger. And so it was just really thoughts I was having about convenience and how it is nice that we can conveniently grab so many things, but at the end of the day, you don't realize how much you're actually paying for that convenience. Not only in the moment, just being able to have this at the ready without any waiting takes effort on the person selling you these things, and so they're going to charge you for that. And then, sorry, my screen kind of went dim on me, and that's going to annoy me. But if just the you pay for it today a little bit, they charge you for the convenience of it, but then you end up paying for it more on the back end of your life, like the number of times that I have gone to McDonald's throughout the 38 years of my life leading up to starting this challenge. I can reverse some of that damage that was done, but there may be some damage that will never be reversed. If I had never eaten a fast food burger or gone to a fast food restaurant, there's a chance that I would potentially live longer than I will have now at this point, because I had so much of that fast food. And the these places make millions of dollars off of us by being able to say, hey, just drive through this window, drive through this side of the building, and we'll hand you a bag of food. And it seems like you're saving time and you're saving effort, because you don't have to actually go and cut the vegetables up and start your oven and cook the food. But you are trading that time right now potentially for time at the end of your life. And so I know that this way of eating is there a bug on my head? I don't know. This way of eating is more difficult. It's not as convenient. But all of the effort that you put in is worth it, because you're going to Pretty Girl's mom says you had to share some info. The Nutmeg Notebook, which is a YouTube channel I've seen, has a link in their show notes. Today's live hangout for Vitamix 7500 for only $300, and they're normally $560. That's a pretty good deal. So if you're looking for a Vitamix, you might want to go check that out over on the Nutmeg Notebooks YouTube channel there. So but yeah, and having things like the Vitamix has been incredibly important to our success with this diet, because it has given us a chance to process some of our own foods, because there are some things that you need to process, so it gets confusing when you say processed foods or food processing, or, like there's processed foods that you go and get at the grocery store that aren't great foods, that are, like Oreos and chips and things like that, that are kind of called processed foods. But anytime we do anything to a food, you're kind of processing it. And so if you take a food item and you put it into a blender and you blend it up, you're processing that food. So a smoothie is technically a processed food. But when you are the one doing the processing, it is far different than when you rely on a manufacturer to do it, because they are going to add a lot of things into the food to make it last longer or to make it more appealing to more people, which generally means that they end up throwing a lot of sugar and a lot of salt and a lot of oil into these foods to make them appeal, and as a preservative as well. So so while I do eat some processed foods, it's food that we process. And even though it takes time and it feels inconvenient in the moment, the end outcome, I'm banking on it, or I'm putting all my eggs in this basket, is that the final result is going to be a longer health span. They talk about your lifespan is one thing. You live from being born till you get to 75 years old. That's your lifespan. But if you at 55 get diagnosed with diabetes and have to have a leg amputated and you're on drugs, or you have other complications from it, then your health span has drastically reduced. And so your lifespan is actually the time that you live on the planet, but your health span is kind of the time of period where you're healthy enough to take care of yourself and do the things that make kind of living worth living. And my hope with this whole process is that I have not only increased my lifespan, but also increased my health span. And it is been, sorry, I'm just going to try to hit this and see what happens. And so, yeah, just that was, I don't know, something I was thinking about in the last 24 hours was just about convenience. It would be so great if I had access to more convenient food, and something like the Lara bars that we bought is a little bit of a convenience food, because I'm sure we could probably figure out how to make the Lara bars on our own, but letting them take care of that seems to be much more efficient for that kind of a thing. But and just yeah, and just how much we give up for convenience. I had a professor in college that I like to kind of tell this story about convenience, that he was discussing what kind of what a life is worth, and how we give up a lot of that worth for convenience every single day without really even real coming in. I don't know who that was. But we give up uh, vehicle death rates to a point to where they were almost zero if you made a few traffic law changes. And the changes that you'd have to make to get pretty much make road deaths non-existent is that you would have to make the top speed on any roadway 15 miles an hour, and you'd have to require and so you drop the limit for all vehicles to 15 miles an hour, and you make all cars made out of steel like a tank, and you can completely change the traffic deaths that happen on the road, because at 15 miles an hour there are far fewer deaths than there would be like on the interstate when you're driving 65, 70 miles an hour. But because of convenience, we all as a society have decided that it is okay that we have an acceptable number of losses on the highway, so that the rest of us that are still alive, because you may not have hit that fate yet, but it could be in your future. But the we give up that safety and security for convenience. And we do the same thing with food. Like if food was something where you had to make all of your food in your house from scratch, then our society would probably be a little bit healthier than it is in the setup we have now, where you don't have to make your own food. You can go and just pick up crazy high calorie food without any effort. You can do it in your car, drive up through a drive-through, or you can even sit in your home and order it on a phone app and have it delivered to your front door. And you can have instant access to calories without any effort. And society has deemed that okay, because we don't really see a direct death result. Like if people were actually dying while they were eating a hamburger because they were eating hamburgers, then we would see a difference in how the government handles things or the laws are. But because it's such a slow process, and that burger that you eat today may not kill you, but eating a burger for every day the rest of your life could eventually cause diseases that lead to death. And we don't really correlate all of these diseases with our food. And Carrie was saying it a bunch yesterday, and other people were kind of saying about it's all about the plants, and it's all about the food. Like we, for so long, tried so many different diets and put so much effort into so many different workout programs and systems and drinks and accessories. Like we had like the armbands that do everything that the watch does now. And we put all of that effort forward, but we were still eating crap. And it was keeping us in this endless cycle that the industries and the manufacturers want us to be in. The manufacturers that develop health foods and develop these workout programs and this equipment that you can buy for your house, they don't want you to buy their product once and then succeed. They want you to buy their product and have moderately successful results that cause you to come back to their product. And then when you fall off the wagon, you blame yourself and you go off the rails and you eat everything and you gain the weight back. And then you say, well, their program worked for me last time to lose the first 50 pounds, so I'll go back and I'll use their program again. Well, they want you to fail. That works better for them if you fail and gain the weight back and then come back and do it all over again. It's really, for them, it's kind of a numbers game, and I had shown it before. I had looked up like the company that owns Planet Fitness. They also own a company that sells cookies. Like if they truly were worried about health and fitness, then why would they own a cookie company? And the same is with also with Planet Fitness. They do like a pizza day once a month, or they did, I guess. Somebody on here told me about that. Is once a day they have like a member appreciation day where they bring in pizza and they give it out to the members, and it's like ridiculous. Like it's just keeping customers around. Like they do not want to see us succeed, because if we do, then they stop getting our money. And so and a lot of these companies are these mega corporations that they own things on both ends of the spectrum. They own it on the health food side and they own stuff on the junk food side. And they just want you to go from one side of the grocery store to the other, back and forth, and lose the same 10 pounds your whole life. And so they are happy with how things are working out because they're making out like, crazy on people. And we really just, we are in a horrible position because we are all kind of just individuals, like we're all our own person, but we get hit with marketing as if we are a whole population. So me as a single person, to try to fight the advertising might of these corporations is ridiculous, because they've spent millions and millions of dollars perfecting the perfect logo, the perfect color scheme, the perfect advertising photos, the perfect slogans, the perfect facts up front that they put on the products. This has got vitamin D and this has got low in trans fats or something. Like they put advertisements on the packaging, and most of us don't have the ability to see through all of the tricks and games that they're throwing at us. So you just got to be aware of that. And it's tough to convince yourself to go back to more of a scratch cooking and providing the food for yourself, but the things that we have available to us now, like the Vitamix and the air fryers and microwaves and Instapots, they make doing it on our own a lot easier than it used to be. And so it's doable. It's just, it takes effort. And, but that effort is so worth it in the end. If you can get the weight off and keep it off, um, it's really kind of difficult though to take that first kind of step and start doing it and decide that that's what you're going to do. I don't know. I don't know if I lost it. All right, the clock is ticking. So it looks like it might have interrupted and then it's working again. So, yeah, no, that's great. You got an air fryer, Rick. I'm glad that you've been using it. I think you said daily. It has been something that we use the air fryer occasionally. I definitely thought we were going to use the air fryer a lot more than we do. But we bought a Breville that was like a 9-in-1, where it's an air fryer, but it also is a toaster oven. So we got rid of our actual toaster. It's a oven, a broiler, a dehydrator, an air fryer, and probably something else. I don't know. Transforms into a dog or something. I'm not sure, but it's nice having that equipment. Makes some of these foods easier, so that now it is giving me this ring on my phone that has. So I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos, and hit the thumbs up on the video as well. I'd really appreciate that. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There is no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health and overall well-being. Nobody ever gets to their goal and looks back and wishes they would have waited. Everybody wishes they would have started sooner. Nobody regrets getting started. So get started right now. Don't fall for the 2 myths of moderation: the myth of moderate change, the idea that you can slowly switch from eating a highly processed junk food diet to a healthy diet, is almost impossible. And many times you start off trying to do slow changes, and you might make those changes for a few days or a week and you don't see the results you want to see. So you go back to your old ways, or you try something completely different, and you never really gave the diet an actual fair shot. And so just go all in. If you want to see big changes in your life, you're going to have to make big changes. If your goal is to get to that utopia diet anyways, then why drag it out? Why not just jump in to the diet? Also, don't fall for the myth of moderate consumption. The idea that a little bit of something bad for you is still okay is not true. It is, it's tough to realize and tough to get through, but having that thing is just, at best, it's slowing down your progress. At worst, it's completely sabotaging your progress. And a lot of times we try, these moderation diets. I still want to eat the ribs at the restaurant, so I will just order the dinner, and then I will put half of it in a to-go box, and I'll only eat half of it. And how many times can you do that until you start having half of it at the restaurant, and then you eat the other half immediately when you get home, or you start picking at it right away, and then it turns into just getting the full portion at the restaurant anyways. If eating less food worked, there'd be a lot of skinny people running around this world, because we've all tried to just eat less food. Rick says, "Oh my God, I would kill for some ribs." Well, you would have to kill for some ribs. They come off of beings. So anyways, there's my vegan moment for the day. I appreciate all you guys checking out this awkward live stream today, and I will be back on tomorrow. If I can figure out how to end the live stream. Let's see if I hit the X.